Hey guys, I'm Avil back again with another video. This time it is about this question, whether you should buy old devices or you should go and spend or waste your money on newly launched smartphones. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys my opinions and you do let me know what do you think about it, whether you agree or you disagree. Do let me know in the comment section. Okay, and before that, I would like to tell you one thing that if you have read my community tab, you must have come to know that I'm going to review this headphone today and I'm using it so that I can give you a better idea about it, and by the end of today I'll be doing this video, and the news is that any one of you will get this headphone, so do watch that video. Now let's get back to this topic, whether you should buy old devices or you should go for newly launched devices. The first point, you should consider your budget, your needs, your requirements. Nowadays I have actually observed that particularly the teenagers, they are changing their smartphones quite frequently. It is of no use, I believe. It is really illogical that you are spending too much money on smartphones, because if you see, there is no such productivity if you're not a YouTuber or if you're not using your smartphone any productive use. In that case, if you're not using it for any productive use, that means it is just a waste of money if you're spending too much on it. Okay, the reason is that nowadays the smartphones are actually changing quite frequently. The upgrades are there, right? But if you see and observe properly, the upgrades are not worth actually changing. Like, changing means it is not that significant that you must change your smartphone in 6 months or in a year. According to me, you must use a phone at least for 2 years. Okay, because most of the phones nowadays, it used to be different in, if you talk about 2 or 3 years back, because nowadays the budget phones are really good. Budget phones are really capable. If you buy a phone under 20k, you get everything. You get good cameras, you get good processor, whether you want to play games, whether you want to have good cameras, right? So everything is there, so you don't have to spend more than that, according to me. Okay, what do you think about it? Tell me in the comment section. Now, another thing is that the phones are really something that depreciates really quickly. Okay, because if you buy a phone, suppose if you buy a phone for 15k, okay, within 6 months the value will be reduced to around, if you want to exchange it, then it will be around 5 to 6k, not more than that. What happens? That means you have totally wasted those 10k. If you exchange it for another one, that means you have already wasted 10k. Now if you're exchanging it for another 16,000, that means another 11k. So that means 10 and 11, 21,000 you have spent in a year on a smartphone. Okay, so this is what is there. So what you should do actually, when you decide to buy a phone, you should decide properly, and well-informed decisions should be taken, like whether you should go for a phone that can last for at least 2 years. And that's where I suggest that you should go for an old device which is really compatible, which is well placed value for money. In that case, you have to see the specs. Now, for example, if your budget is 15k at present in India, okay, and if you want to buy a phone that can give you really good gaming experience, so for that you don't have to buy a newly launched phone. The old phone, that is Poco F1, that is the best phone that you can get for gaming. Okay, even the newly launched devices that come under 15k, they're not that good for gaming if you compare it with Poco F1. So if your priority is gaming, then you must go for Poco F1. You don't have to buy a new phone. Okay, and that phone can last you for at least 2 years. You don't have to change it because of the specs, the cameras are good, the processor is the highlight. So this is what you have to see. What is your priority and which one is best for you? Another thing, for example, if your priority is stock Android, right? So in that case, you don't have to go for Mi A3 or you don't have to go for Nokia 7.2. You have this phone. Let me show you this one. This Nokia 8.1. And this is the best phone that you can get, if your priority is stock Android. There is no doubt about it. So you don't have to go for a new phone for this priority, stock Android under 15k. So this is how it works. Another thing is that suppose if you want a really budget phone, under 10k, So you don't have to buy Redmi Note 8 for that. Other options are there. You can go for Redmi Note 7 Pro that comes under 10K, around 11K. That's a really, really good option. Another thing is that other brands are also there, like Realme 3 Pro, and that comes under 10K, around 900, I think 9,000 you can get that device, and that comes with 710 processor. So that phone will give you overall better experience than the other devices newly launched. Like 710 processor, that means gaming will be really good on that device. So you have to see that what is your requirement, right? Whether it is gaming, whether it is camera. Okay, another thing in terms of cameras, I would like to tell you one thing. The most of the manufacturers now, most of the brands are actually just making gimmicks, like the number of cameras are increased, but the photo quality, the image quality, the video quality is not significantly improved in that case. For example, if the number of cameras are the deciding factor for imaging, right, then why Google Pixel can produce better picture than other phones with more cameras? So you have to think that way. Okay, why Google Pixel 3a can produce really good photos with just Snapdragon 600 series? Okay, why to have Snapdragon 700 or 800 series to produce good photos? So it all depends on the optimization, the imaging technology that the brands are using. So you have to see that what is your priority first. Okay, instead of wasting your money. I said in the beginning that wasting or investing or spending money, it depends on you. Like if you can afford a phone that can cost 30,000, right, that means you're spending on that, because you can easily afford that phone. You don't have to actually think about it, no second thoughts. But if you have to manage money, you have to borrow from someone, you have to go for EMIs particularly, that means you cannot afford that phone, right? So that means you're wasting money on that, because that is not something is going to help you in enhance your productivity in your work, in your life, nothing, right? So why to spend money on that device that is not productive? Like if I ask you one question, that phone that can do things like the phone that costs around 15K and the phone that costs around 30K, what's the difference like? Do let me know in the comment section. Is there any difference that the phone that can that can produce good photos and at 15K, and there is a phone that costs around 30K? Do you think that there is a significant difference? Because I have tried comparing the displays on Nokia 8.1 and OnePlus 7T, and I was really surprised that there was no significant difference. Okay, so this is what you have to say and think twice before investing money. And I believe that always take informed decisions, and please avoid following those YouTubers, those who are just promoting smartphones. Okay, they are just promoting, like whenever the big YouTubers, like when they get the review in it, without reviewing the device, they just promote it. Okay, so don't get influenced by them. Okay, instead of that, you should watch those videos where the person is actually using the device and they are giving you a well-informed information. Okay, instead of promoting the devices, they are giving you well-informed decisions. So you have to follow that. For example, the big YouTubers like Technical Guruji, they are just promoting the devices. But yes, we have YouTubers like Geeky Ranjit. He does a really good review. He does a really good research on the device, and he gives you a really good presentation of the facts and the pros and cons, everything. So you have to see that while deciding, the phone that you're going to buy, you have all the information, you should understand your requirement and then decide. And you must know that you should actually use the device for at least 2 years. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money on that device. Okay. Now, as I told you, like phones like Poco F1, phones like Nokia 8.1, Realme 3 Pro, okay, these are really good devices. Even today, you can go for these devices. Even Redmi Note 7 Pro, now it is under, I think, 10K or 11K. That's a really good option. Okay, instead of buying a newly launched device, you can go for these devices. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you guys, and do let me know in the comment section what you think about it, right? Whether and what do you do before buying a phone? Okay, you just change a device so frequently, or you just wait for at least for 1.5 years or 2 years? Do let me in the comment section. And if you agree to this, then do share the video with others. And if you disagree, do let me know in the comment section what do you think about it. Okay guys, and do watch the next video on this headphone. I believe that you will participate in the giveaway, and that's luck guys. Who will win, that's purely luck. Okay, so that's it guys in the video, and see you in the next video guys. Cheers.